Dr. Danyo. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How about you, Clark?
It's great to see you, and it's great to see Dr. Goldstein. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Great to be here.
Hey, this is so fun that the team has been growing, right? This is a big moment. This has been a big moment with a new physician on the team. You all are providing more support, more services. I like to say it's more hugs and high fives from the times when people come in and they get to feel this whole new way of being, as we've talked about on the show for, a couple years now. But now with you, Dr. Goldstein, I want to just continue getting to know you, but really getting to know your philosophies on hair transplantation, because there's so much of a science behind this. It's more than just a procedure. I mean, this is a transformation in a lot of ways, for on the inside and on the out. So when you think about philosophies around this, in your own words, what comes to mind? What are a few thoughts that are on your heart around this?
Well, I look at hair restoration and hair transplantation not only as a science, Clark, but also as the art. I think patients are coming in and choosing our practice because we're going to individualize their care and their appearance and make them look very natural and age appropriate. And so I look at it like a very creative outlet that we can be a part of in improving people's lives.
Art and a science, or science and an art. When you think about the art, like the artist, how have you found... Let's just start with your previous career. Just as a reminder, you were, for someone who's maybe not heard your story, your background, I think 25 years in emergency medicine. It's a long time. There's probably an art to that, right? Like an art to care. What kind of connections have you seen between your previous 25 years in that kind of practice and now with this?
Well, in both practices, you're working closely with patients and patients' expectations and patients' concerns, and you're not only trying to take care of them from a medical standpoint, but also an emotional standpoint and calming their anxieties as they are either presenting to, let's say, the emergency department, or in this case, into our practice with hair restoration.
Yeah, there's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of concerns. Also, people might have thought about doing something like a hair restoration procedure, but maybe they talk themselves out of it, right? Or walk me through more of what's that process you've seen people feel on the inside as they're trying to navigate something like this?
Well, we have a lot of opportunity to spend time with our patients because, the procedure takes a good portion of the day and our patients are comfortable and awake and conversing with us. And what I find is a lot of people have spent a lot of time thinking whether this is the right choice for them. And they may have some anxiety about it or concerns, and then they have an opportunity to meet with us and consult. Then they take that step. Then they are in our office and we're performing the procedure. And, at that point, they have put their trust in us and we don't take that for granted. Really kind of enjoy having the opportunity to speak to patients and listen to what they've gone through and what their concerns are going forward. And we do our best to kind of alleviate that.
When someone has that anxiety or those concerns, let's say they're listening right now, right? They have those anxieties, those concerns. What's one or just two tips maybe, just to, based on your experience with working with people in very anxious settings, like in an emergency room, and also the anxieties of maybe looking at this as an option, are there maybe one or two ways someone can just hold that and think through it? What have you seen that works with that?
Sure. Well, I think the first step for these patients is to make that consultation. It's a fact-finding kind of information gathering opportunity. You're not making any commitment to do the procedure or any financial commitment at that time, and you're just gathering information to see if this is right for you and ask questions and then see photos and realize it's not as daunting of a task as you think it is. And then the other thing I would just want to touch on is, we do a very good job of making these procedures as inconspicuous as possible, offering a no shave or a shaveless procedure where you walk out of the office and you can return to work and return to your daily life. And for the most part, nobody's going to know your business. Nobody's going to know what you've chosen to do. And then the process of new hair growth takes place slowly and naturally. So over the course of months, your appearance is going to change in a very subtle way, but a very positive way.
Dr. Daniel, I want to toss this next question over to you. In all of the years you've been working in, specifically in this space, if you had to give a percentage, how, for someone's concerns around privacy, concealment, out of 100% of people, what's that number usually, you think?
I think it's close to 90%. I mean, There are, 10, maybe 15, 20% max of people that they just want everybody to know that they had it done. They have no problem with us posting things, or they're posting, their pictures or videos or things like that. But the vast majority of folks, this is a very private, intimate thing that, people have a lot of suffering with hair loss, much more than even common ailments. I think if you gave somebody the choice, would you rather have hair loss or high blood pressure or high cholesterol? I mean, they'd say, I'd take both of those over hair loss. And so this is something that is emotionally charged. There can be some embarrassment. I think a lot of that was based on the fact that, hair transplant in the past was pretty obvious and almost embarrassing when people had it done. Nowadays, we can do it with single graft and really create phenomenal natural results. But everybody, or the vast majority of folks, they just don't want anyone to know that they were actually suffering with hair loss or psychologically impacted by it, and they don't want anyone to know. So we kind of specialize in something called the art of concealment. We've talked about it before, and it means that you have to do the procedure right. We have to apply the medications right. We have to be doing things in a very timely manner, and we have to specialize in things like doing a shaveless FUE and do it in a way that the donor site's concealed, and use pen implanters to minimize the effects of how the recipient area looks and get people through this process as if nothing happened. So that's what we're passionate about. It takes a lot of extra work. It is not easy, and I think Dr. Goldstein can attest to the fact that doing a shaved case versus a shaveless case, it can be almost a night and day difference from a complexity standpoint. You would agree?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
When you think about, as we're starting to wrap up, it's so helpful to hear the philosophies. I always love to hear the science and the art. I like the way you described that, Dr. Goldstein. So you were giving some tips, understanding the concerns and the goals from the beginning, right? That's the consultation, so important. I love hearing you, Dr. Danyo, say, hey, 90% of people are having these same feelings of, hey, I don't want people to know about this. So really, you're not alone, right? This is a common thing, a common feeling someone's feeling about this. So you're certainly not alone. And I also liked hearing, Dr. Goldstein, some of the tips on overcoming that anxiety and those concerns. So anything else when you're thinking about the philosophies or the value you're bringing to patients now that you're all continuing to be part of this one team together, anything else on your mind here?
I think what we do here at North Atlanta Hair Restoration, there's a lot of value added points, and bringing on Dr. Goldstein as another provider with another background of information and experience is just going to make the offerings and the value that we offer to our patients that much greater. So I'm really excited to have him on board.
And I look forward to just having the opportunity to work with Dr. Danyo and our team and take care of our patients and be able to care for more patients, because now there's 2 physicians and our 2 physician assistants along with our medical assistants all working as part of the team and increasing our efficiency.
Efficiency, yes.
And decreasing the wait time. When a patient decides they want to have this procedure done, they call and they want to get it done once they've made that decision, and we don't want them to have to wait. And I hope by bringing me in, we're able to get the patients in more quickly and
but ultimately work together as a team, and again, having the 2 backgrounds. And as we evolve as practitioners, we're in the practice of medicine. Every week we see something new or go through a different variable, or it changes our perspective on things. And that I'm not just saying that, that's a true statement. Having Dr. Goldstein on board to really have kind of a different way of thinking about things than I do. I can't say I have all the solutions in the world. It's just going to be a great team.
What I heard you, please go ahead.
I was just going to say, just like the practice of emergency medicine, to have a colleague that you could bounce ideas off of and talk about challenges is invaluable. That was big in my practice in emergency medicine, and I anticipate that'll be a big resource in hair transplantation.
Absolutely. We need each other. I think that's such a great message, and I love that image you're painting on decreasing wait times, the wait list, right? Because if someone we have talked about just now, it takes a lot of time to think through this and go through the options. When you finally make that decision, okay, I'm ready to do this. Now I have to wait longer. So now that's a great value you're bringing, is to bring more care for more folks. So congratulations on the continued growth, y'all, and I can't wait to continue our conversations again in the future.
Clark, it's always a great experience. I appreciate you.
As do I. A lot of fun.
Thanks for listening to Hair Restoration with Dr. Daniel A. Danyo. Book your consultation today with Dr. Danyo by calling 678-845-7521 or online at nahairrestoration.com. And be sure to follow, rate, and review this show wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.